Welcome back, everyone. Starwink 7. Today I want to do a quick little tutorial. Maybe this will help you for the next competition, but I just want to, show sort of what the start of a competition looks like. That way, if anybody new coming into the game is looking for a little bit of pointers, tips, or even just some gameplay footage of the start, and they don't want to watch my entire stream of the start last time, this will help them be able to piece together exactly how to play in a competition. So without further ado, I'm going to switch over back to my old tutorial account that I made a while ago, purely just to sort of help create tutorials, since my current account is a little bit too in depth to be able to really show a tutorial for a startup player. So I'll switch over. We are back with my Lion 191261 account here. Now, a few things to do in normal mode leading up to a competition. I highly suggest making sure you go through and purchase, now that we have 7 regions, make sure you purchase your arid plots as soon as you can. So we'll buy this one right now just to give you an example. You want to purchase these, that way you have a higher diamond generation in the competition. This is going to help you, purchase boosters, be able to buy your attacks, buy your defenses, upgrade your businesses, things like that. Now, with a little bit of play, you should be able to easily get the first one. And once you hit like Prestige 2, you should probably be able to get the second one pretty easily too. You can see here it's 9T or 7T, sorry. And a little bit of diamonds. So definitely worth purchasing because they are going to help you in the long run. If we take a look here, right, they are helping by, the second one's producing 208,000 per hour. So definitely pick that up. I've never played this account, so I'll just click through some of these. These are the dailies that you want to claim, with your defenses and everything as well. Now, one of the nice things that they've done for us is they've brought up a calendar. So let's hop into competition now. Not really much else you could do in normal mode. There's some achievements and things like that do carry over, such as your Lord of the Lands. I don't think any of the utility ones do. And also your leaderboard rank, right? So you can check on the leaderboard where you're at. I guess I'm void for some reason on this account, but normally I play Legion, which we'll talk about when we get into the competition. So let's hop in. We've got the competitive schedule here. Cool little feature. They didn't have to do a major refresh like they normally do. We were able to basically stay logged in right up until the competition started, and then just come here and join the competitive event. So once you load into the competitive event, you're going to be hit with a couple choices that you have to do. So obviously the first one's going to be which faction you want to fight for. Now, you can choose the faction right away, or you can save it till later. We've been arguing in the Discord that they need to make it a little bit more mandatory. So you can see right here, you could choose either, Legion or Void. They each have different bonuses, and they've been switching. This could change in the future as well as to what the bonuses will be. As of right now, for this competition, which is the Howlpoint Blitz, the Legion gets a 3% boost to diamonds and the 2% to furniture experience, whereas the Void faction is getting the 6% boost to cash and the 2% furniture experience. Now, this was swapped last competition. It was Legion that had the 6% cash and Void that had the 2% diamond, or 3% diamond, sorry. So you can choose whatever faction you want, or you can also just click the X button, and you'll see now I am factionless. So no faction for me at the moment, and I am dead last. So this gives us a good idea of how many players there are at least playing right now. So we've got about 1,458, so 1,458 players. Now, as soon as you load in, you are given blueprints. So what I like to do, now you have a choice. You can either do the blueprints right away, right? Some people like to sell them because I don't have a bound account and I'm not going to bother Like, I'm not technically supposed to have a second account. This isn't a second account. This is just a tutorial to help make tutorials for new players. So I don't plan on selling anything or doing anything really with this account. But you can reveal. So let's open up the 7 blueprints to start. These are the ones that you're given right at the beginning. So you can go through and see what you get. I got all commons for today. And then you want to just start placing some of these businesses. So let's put Cool Cat. Let's try to keep any 4 squares open. Let's do a couple Cool Cats. Now, I'll come back and level them up because first I want to go and spend some of my gold. Now, what I like to do with the gold here, now you come in and place a couple pieces of furniture, right? So normally you can get a couple extra blueprints right away. So you can see this is 2 and this one's 4. So, I mean, you can save yourself a little bit of money. I'm just going to buy the Jiving Jukebox. There we go. So now we've reached level 3 and we get an extra 14 blueprints right at the start. Now I like to do this because it gives you that extra bit of businesses to work with right at the start to be able to maybe pull something really good instead of spending all your gold and then having to wait for it to generate. So let's go back out of the mansion here and I'm going to open these blueprints. We'll open all 14 at once. So there we go. Okay, so we got a couple decent businesses here. That Leo & Co is pretty nice. Same with the Felice. We'll check the qualities on them. Lots of cool cat lounges there. And did we get anything else? Some gyms and another Flavortown diner. Okay, so let's go. We've got, let's go by rarity. Switch the rarity so at the top. All quality ones, which is a little bit disappointing, but I mean, kind of expected. So let's take this and we're going to just level it up with some 1Xs. Now, normally I like to do the 1X, especially if they're higher quality businesses. Now, for time's sake, though, I'm going to just switch over and start doing some 10Xs. But you can see here the spread on them, right? You can usually get a little bit better average by either doing the 1X. I mean, 10X is all right as well, but do try to avoid the 100X if you can. So let's just bring this up. Now, normally what I like to do is try to get this to about 150, somewhere around that point, and then move on to the next business. That way, this one is starting to generate some gold for me. Let's do one more. Let's get it to 160. So now we've got some gold income coming in. Let's go and switch over to the Aurora Wilds, and let's put another one of those businesses down. Probably let's do this Pride Records. And again, normally I would do the 1X, but for now, time's sake, let's just do some 10Xs and get this up to a nice round number. Let's probably bring this also to 160. There we go, 170-ish. It's a little cheaper. So now we've got some gold income coming in. Now really it's just going to be a waiting game for us. That way we can start to generate some more cash to be able to go and spend it in the mansion once more. So once I hit about 10 million, I'm going to hop back into the mansion. And really the goal is to try to get to our level 4. So we have a few more blueprints, see what we get. And then, yeah, just continue to level up. Now, let's also check here. So we do get some stuff from the Daily Roar. These are free things. So let's claim this booster. So we got a gold rush. That's pretty nice. We've also got a few attacks. So there we go. Kingpin, Aerial Bombardment, and Veil of Venom. So this Veil of Venom is going to boost your common businesses, right? So like the Cool Cats, the diners, the gyms, as well as the Pantheras. This Kingpin's going to boost everything, and the Aerial Bombardment will boost your land's diamond production. So let's claim those, and also let's check the defense that we get. So a perimeter patrol. Now this is very helpful, seeing as I am on an account with a lot of obstacles. So this will help be able to protect my city from any Savannah bandit attacks. Let's grab another business here. Let's put this guy down. So let's level him up a little bit. Let's get him probably to 150-ish. Maybe I'll push to 200. I'll just have to check in on that Felice, see what it's doing. Yeah, probably just go to 150 on this as well. There we go. Okay. Now, one other thing to do, I don't have the diamond gen really quite at the start to be able to do this. So what I'm going to do is switch over to my other game. You can see, so we can talk a little bit about merging. All right, so merging is something that you want to do to increase the quality of your businesses. So, you know, things like your LL Sports, your Leo and Co's, even your Felice Cineplex. Maybe we'll just do a merge of some of those. So you do want to like try, you know, if you have a couple quality ones, you want to merge them. This is going to increase the gold production. Look for my quick tip on this. This goes over how that all works, but essentially you want to just try to increase your quality so that you can potentially get a higher gold roll as well. So we'll boost this up. There we go. Actually kind of lucky today. I think I'm going to leave it there. Now you can see I have a quality 5. I do recommend trying to get up to like a quality 4, quality 5 if you can. So let's switch back over to the other competition mode. You can see you'd be looking in the market likely because chances are you won't be able to unlock all of the ones that you really need. So here's people, somebody just put up a bunch of these gold blueprints for somebody to buy. Looks like somebody is sweeping them all. You can also filter through this. So if you want to see blueprints or if you want to come in and see something specific, right? Like I need a Felice. So you can come in here and see, okay, there's a Felice up for 1K. So you can come in. This does cost vouchers, which are, you know, a 1 to 1,000 crow. So this is technically 1 crow. You can make a bid, purchase this, and chance a merge. Personally, I like to play just with what I'm given. So it just comes down to like what I pull from the blueprints. But that's really essentially what you're doing, right? Then we're going to try to fill each of our lands with some decent quality businesses here. So let's take this quality 3. We'll put it on the land. That way we can start generating some gold as well. Now, I like to do this. Actually, you know what? I might as well just do the quick tutorial on this. You can see the range is 2 to 7. Let me grab the 2-star and the 1-star. So the 1-star, it's 2 to 6 range. So let me bring this up to 10 so you can just get a kind of feel for what I'm talking about by why quality is important. Okay, so we ended up at 53 per second. This one is also going to be 2 to 6. Now, kind of just because of the ranges and the percentages, but you know, if you get to a higher quality, it's going to be better. So let's get this to 5. And we'll just, or to level 10 here. That way we can get an idea of what we're looking at. Now this one did roll pretty badly. The other one actually was a really good roll for a quality 1. And then let's do this. You get that little extra gold. So we should see a slightly higher, but again, only being 1 more at the top end didn't really produce significant more. Actually, I don't think, it didn't produce any more. But typically you would see that the quality 3 would produce a little bit more gold. Just with it being commons, the common charts, it's only like an extra like 40% chance, right? You see it's a 6, like 2 to 6 spread versus the 2 to 7. So it's really not significant on these commons, but when you get into the rares, even the uncommons are helped quite a bit by you know, increasing quality. And you typically want to shoot for something that's closer to like quality 4. But anyways, let's get these up to a little bit. Get these up to 150. That way we just start producing gold. And then essentially we're just going to have to, oh, I didn't mean to remove that. Yeah, whatever. I'll put it on a different land. So yeah, now we're just going to be doing the waiting game. We're going to have to wait until we get another 10 million, and then I'll go into the mansion and we will purchase another piece of furniture. And that way we were able to continue to level up our avatar. Now the end goal is, before you get to prestige 1, you need to be level 10. So I would say like focus on getting your businesses maybe to like 300-ish and sort of accumulate the gold after that point to be able to push to prestige 10, or sorry, avatar level 10. Now the reason why I recommend that is you want to be able to see what you have in your gold blueprints, right? You're going to get 7 gold blueprints when you hit avatar level 10, and chances are you're going to get really good stuff. Maybe like a bank or a museum. Might get lucky with an Apex or an arcade. Now, as a newer player, or even somebody with a lower diamond gen, or just not a lot of competition experience, like myself included, I don't really like using legendaries that much. I'm more of somebody that tries to just compete to the top 50, but a legendary is almost necessary if you want to try to break into the top 10. So, I would suggest just selling it as a newer player. That would be my advice. That way you're able to get rid of that and start to accumulate some vouchers that maybe you could either use in the market in competition to purchase a business, or look later on in normal mode and purchase yourself something. That way, you can level up quicker by purchasing a bigger business, so you can have more lands later on in the game. Now, let's just drop this guy down and put this last one on the land here. And then let's go back to my Felice. I'm going to boost it. Since we did get that gold booster, we're going to put that gold booster on just to help with my gold calculation here. So it does boost that up quite a bit. Don't know why I got so many, just some rewards and competition stuff going on. Lots of those. Let me just clear all my notifications. And then let's take a quick look at the market. We are pretty far into the competition already. We are going on to day 3 shortly. That's why I wanted to get this out before I have to focus on my main account and really start to hopefully level up. But let's check. So there should be some prestige 1s already. So you can see this is sort of the going rate. Not bad if you're able to make some of these, but doesn't look like anything's really moving. Let's go and see if there's any prestige 2s. That's not a bad price for quality 4, prestige 1. Let's see what else we got here. 25 for prestige 1, but it's only quality 1. This one's gonna go probably, yeah. So a person made a little bit of vouchers off of that. So that's 22 crow. Now that'll come back to them at 85%. There's a 15% tax on sales. So they're going to get maybe about, what would that be, like 17 crow or something like that. What else we got in the market? Let's see if there's any, there's a couple prestige 2s. So you could purchase a couple prestige 2s, get yourself up to prestige 2 pretty quick, and then pull a few businesses up. It is a little costly. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But if you do have a late start, that might be the route that you want to take. It would expedite your ability there. This is a pretty nice business. Wonder who's purchasing that. That's almost max. It's needs an extra 10 levels there, and it would have been maxed out. That's quite expensive, this one here. I'm not sure if anybody's going to buy that. But if you did purchase that, that would probably propel yourself right up. Well, let's take a look. So 3.12 M. And on the live, so that business alone would sort of put you into this area, definitely the top 50. So yeah, right around top 30. So just that business on its own. And then if you boost it, right, that's where you're going to be seeing better income. So you could probably boost it up to about where Kwanzaa's at here, or Ra's al Ghul in the top 10. So that is doable. But it's a bit expensive. All right, so we're at about 4.5 million. Maybe let's just to expedite it. So they do have these daily rewards. They will be different every single day. So the first day is an hour of base income. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend that gold just to level this up a little bit more. Get myself hopefully to 25K. There we go. And then I'm going to just claim that, and that'll give me enough gold. Now, normally I would say save this until you're at a little bit higher level. Maybe, save it until you're closer to the end of the day, and claim it for, maybe an hour or 2 hours before the end of the day, or before you go to bed if the day resets while you're sleeping. That way you're able to get your businesses up to the next prestige, or at least higher level, to be able to claim a higher amount of base gold, right? Because this is based off of your gold generation. So as you level up your businesses, you're going to get more. So let's click this. There we go. That's pretty good. That's going to give me a lot to purchase. So let's go back into the mansion, and we will purchase a few more pieces of furniture. There we go, and might as well do a few more of these. Just get them over and done with. Let's try to get to level 5, and then I'll probably call it there, because it'll take a few hours for sure to get to level 10, unless I pulled something really amazing and was able to get some decent spins on the wheel there. Okay, so we've got some more blueprints. Let's just open them real quick. See if we get anything good. So 14 more blueprints. Let's open them. Okay, we got another Leo and Co. Couple Pride Records, a Panthera, a bunch of Flavortown Diners, and we got another Felice. I like the color on that one, and an LL Sport. Perfect. So that's actually a pretty decent blueprint opening, I would say. We will go back to, I think we got one land without anything on it. So let's put down there we go, quality 2 Cineplex. So that's pretty good. It's definitely worth, so I'll show you. So 15 to 39, right, for that. Let me just level it up. So I think it's to 30, right? 15 to 30. So being 15 to 39, you get, almost an extra 10 per second if you land on the top end roll there. So that's where the quality comes in quite important, and it gets even more and more dramatic as you go up in quality. So that's where I recommend trying to merge, get some higher quality businesses. So let me go back just to verify that. Yep, so it is 1 to 30, or 15 to 30 compared to the 15 to 39. Let's try and get, we got LL Sport. Now this one's got a nice skin from the Ishin Revengers, so if you've got one of those NFTs, you get a little extra bonus percentage from it. But let's just level this one up as well, get it up to about 150, maybe push it to 200 since we got quite a bit of cash there. And then I'll do the last little thing, and again, just like the daily quest or the daily reward, where you get cash from the daily reward, right? Like what we got today, I just used to help me go up in level. I would recommend also trying to save your daily rewards for when you have like a good combo bonus, or potentially something like a higher level or getting to the next prestige. It'll just help you move a little bit faster, if you do land on one of the gold rolls. So let me grab this, put that there. Now the reason why I don't recommend doing these, it's a large variety. So, if you land on the 400, that's pretty bad. That's 100 1x rolls at the very low income. But let's give it a shot. And we rolled okay there. a little bit above average, so that's not too bad. Let me just level this up and finish it off. I think I'll probably push everything to 200. That way we can just leave it there and move forward. So we got that to 200. Let's go back and get this guy to 200. Yeah, 210, whatever. And then we've got one more Leo & Co. Let's put him on here so that all of our lands are generating decent amount of cash. One thing I really should have done as well prior to redeeming that would have been send out some attacks. So let's grab that defense, the perimeter patrol. Let's activate it. All right, so now we've got a little bit of a cash bonus from that. We've got an extra 14% defense, which will add a 20%. So we're getting an extra 2.9. Not crazy, but I mean, it just helps. Everything helps, right? It is a game of percentages and numbers. So just that little extra will hopefully help us roll a little bit better. So let's get this also up to 200. Then I'll go through all my lands, get everything up, and then we're going to do the daily roars. But essentially this is what you're going to do, right? And then when it comes to going to the next prestige, what I recommend is, either looking at like a high quality common, single space, or one of these like the Leo & Co's or Lion Den Resorts, and push that to your first prestige first, right? These are a little bit cheaper than what a single or the double spaces are. Actually, they're pretty much like, nearly half the price. So you can get this one up, especially if it's a high quality one. And then you want to be able to pull up something like your LL Sport, or a Bazaar or a Pride Record. That way, you've got your single space rare up to prestige. Maybe if you have two of them, do two of those, and then an uncommon, and then do something like a legendary, if you really want to try working with it. Otherwise, try to have something like a museum or a bank, maybe a Motors, as your really big gold generator. The Felice Cineplex can work pretty decent as well. So don't count it out. You could try working with one of those. That would be good. I mean, especially, if you could get something like a quality 4 or quality 3 Felice Cineplex, that's going to help you quite a bit. They are pretty powerful. I know I used one last competition and it was pretty nice. So we'll see what I end up doing this competition. But yeah, try to do that. Let's get this one up a little bit more too. Probably just spend the rest of my gold on this guy for the most part, and then we'll get to spinning, and then I'll end the video there, because for the most part I don't really have anything else to share. This is essentially what you're going to do. Level up your rares, then level up some double space, 2 space uncommons, as a support business. Like, essentially what you want to do is have one main business, say like this Felice, and 2 to 4 sort of support businesses, right? So those support businesses are the ones you bring up to the next prestige first, and then you bring up the big business, and then rinse and repeat, and then as you need to fill prestige requirements, try to fill them with your cool cats. The cool cats, I mean, you could push first if you want. I usually just pull them up last because they don't really significantly contribute to my city's gold, especially if you have high quality, rares and epics. So that would be sort of my tip for you. Let's get to spinning. Now, I do recommend doing as many spins as you possibly can. Essentially, it's 3 free ones, and then you're going to get 10 paid ones. I don't recommend using vouchers. Definitely do not use vouchers. Personally, I find it's a waste. You can probably buy more diamonds with those vouchers than you can, win from rolling. Now, I got one extra spin that I can do here because it does cost 700K. So that's where it's sort of like, the payoff to risk reward. Now, if you do hit the jackpot, that's going to be super sweet. That's going to pay for itself. I mean, that's a really nice jackpot when you hit the gold. So that's going to help level me up. That is, I believe, a half an hour of gold whereas you saw from the daily, that was an hour. But, you know, I got almost the same amount there because that half an hour is now based off of a higher gold rate. So, you know, that's where the difference in the payout came from. Anyways, guys, hopefully this helps you. I mean, it's definitely complex. It's a little bit overwhelming for sure when you first start to look at it. Let's also, you know, send out some attacks. See where I am on the leaderboard. So pretty far down there on the leaderboard here. Still at the very last position. So what we can do is, the nice thing is we have 3 above us that we can attack. So let's just send out this kingpin. See what we get. Hopefully get a nice 30. Now, if you're interested in some more beginner tips, check out my other video. They are all applicable tips for competition as well. So yeah, definitely look at them. You can hit people 3 above you and 3 below you, but seeing as it's going to be probably quite some time before we do pass anybody and start moving up the ranks here to really get into some new opponents. You know, we're sort of stuck here at the very last position. But yeah, let's just hit this guy with the Veil of Venom, see what we get. So you can see the gold that it's going to boost you, and as well as the cash that it reduces them. Now, anything, you know, above or below you is that 95%. And if you try to hit outside of that range, you're looking at 50% up to 10. And then from 10 onward, just verify that. Yes, 10. And then one above him, looking at 11, is the 20%. Okay. So that's where I recommend trying to hit people that are just 3 above you. Okay, so that's really all I got for you guys for, you know, how to start. I definitely do recommend looking at some of the XP boosters and some of the NFTs to help you out if you're interested. Do make sure that you're also coming in and purchasing all of your, you know, all of the ARIDs that you can. Do purchase them in normal mode though. I mean, unless you have the extra diamonds and stuff to spend, but chances are it's better to, you know, spend these like your cash and diamonds on the businesses and purchasing furniture. Make sure you like buy them in normal mode. So yeah, I'll flip back, go to normal mode, and maybe I'll work on this account so that it's a little bit more comprehensive next time I try to do a tutorial for you guys. Anyways, that's all I've really got for you. Good luck in the Howlpoint Blitz. Hopefully you guys all succeed. Make sure you choose your faction. Personally, I like to choose my faction right away. It's always Legion. So, you know, go Legion. Let's hope they can pull through this time. But I'm not holding my breath. And other than that, yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.